Hello everyone, I'm Meteorologist Charlie Ironmonger. Thank you so much for joining me today for your 2 p.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. Now we've got a story out of Goldsboro, a high-speed chase that hit 180 miles per hour. Early Saturday morning, deputies from the Lenoir County Sheriff's Office tried to stop a motorcycle that was going fast on I-795. Now, officials say the rider, identified as Christopher Pennington of Kenley, tried to avoid the stop while accelerating to estimated speeds of 180 miles per hour. As the chase entered Goldsboro, officials say the motorcycle had a mechanical failure and became disabled. Deputies then were able to take Pennington into custody and recovered a concealed firearm from him during the arrest. Now, Pennington was charged with felony flee to elude arrest, reckless driving, and other traffic-related offenses. This arrest was a part of a partnership between the Lenoir County Sheriff's Office Crash Reduction Team, the Wayne County DWI Task Force, and the Onslow County DWI Task Force to conduct several enforcement events across the Eastern region focused on impaired and reckless driving. And now we want to turn our attention to the Charlie Kirk Memorial that happened over the weekend. NBC's Morgan Chesky has more.
On Sunday, Arizona State Farm Stadium filled to capacity. More than 60,000 people paying tribute to the conservative activist Charlie Kirk, whose assassination shocked supporters nationwide. While some remembered Kirk as a martyr and a warrior, his widow Erica remembered her late husband and father of their children.
I will miss him so much because our marriage and our family were beautiful.
Also leaning on her faith with this message for her husband's accused killer.
I forgive him. I forgive him because it was what Christ did and is what Charlie would do. The answer to hate is not hate.
President Trump also remembering Kirk.
Charlie's murder was not just an attack on one man or one movement. It was an attack on our entire nation.
While striking a different tone from his widow.
He did not hate his opponents. He wanted the best for them. That's where I disagreed with Charlie. I hate my opponent, and I don't want the best for them. I'm sorry. I am sorry, Erica.
The president crediting Kirk with helping win the 2024 election by rallying young voters, saying he'll posthumously award him the Presidential Medal of Freedom. The other speakers vowing to spread Kirk's conservative Christian values, especially to young people.
Charlie exemplified kindness, courage, and a commitment to open debate.
Trump's Deputy Chief of Staff, Stephen Miller, railing against political enemies.
We will prevail over the forces of wickedness and evil. They cannot imagine what they have awakened.
Security at the stadium tight, with speakers protected by bulletproof glass.
I'm a Christian. I wear it on my sleeve, so...
Andrew Smith interviewed Charlie Kirk less than an hour before he was killed 2 weeks ago at Utah Valley University.
It was such a unifying feeling in there, and I think that that's what we need more of.
Some critics point out Kirk's controversial track record, making racially charged comments and labeling Muslims and transgender people as threats. But Secretary of State Marco Rubio calling for more of the open debate Kirk was known for.
The irony in all this is that what our nation needs is the ability to discuss our differences openly, honestly, peacefully, respectfully, and Charlie Kirk did that more than anyone.
And again, that was Morgan Chesky reporting. We now turn our attention to your weather forecast. We've got our eyes on two systems developing in the tropics. One, not of those systems. We actually have three systems in the tropic. The first one, obviously, is Hurricane Gabrielle. Right now, 120 mile an hour maximum sustained winds, gusts up to 150 miles an hour, pressure at 955 millibars. It's moving north at 10 miles an hour. This is a system, a big one, definitely worth your attention if you're keeping up with what's going on in the tropics, but we've got a few other areas of concern that could be more impactful to eastern North Carolina. Gabrielle is going to continue to work its way away from North America and approach Europe through this week, more kind of approaching Europe by the time we get to this coming weekend. On Saturday, should be just off the coast of Portugal and Spain as a post-tropical low, potentially impacting the UK and France as a post-tropical system as we head into Sunday and Monday of the following week. But the areas of concern, again, a little bit closer to home. Right now, there's that red X in the center of the Atlantic has a slightly higher chance of development than the area of concern that shaded in orange, a little bit closer to home. But it's that area that's closer to home that has more of our attention, as that is a system that could be impactful to the United States. For right now, has a 10% chance of development over the next 7 days. That chance holds at a 40% chance. Something we'll certainly be keeping a close eye on, but right now we don't have any tropical impacts to our forecast over at least the next 8 days. Now, there are certainly clouds present across our coastline, those coming from a coastal low pressure system that will essentially kind of cruise its way past eastern North Carolina's coastline coming up tonight. It will again lead to cloud cover extending over portions of the east through the next several hours, but by the time we wake up tomorrow morning, a lot of that cloud cover is going to be pulling out of the east. That will leave us with sunnier skies tomorrow afternoon than again what we're going to see for today. Right now, most of us in the low 80s, some of us still in the upper 70s. We've got 79 degrees showing up in Jacksonville, Plymouth, Edenton, and Elizabeth City, 78 in Beaufort, while we've got 82 degrees right now in Kinston, Greenville, Swan Quarter, Kenansville, and Rocky Mount. Overall, it's been a fairly comfortable day compared to where we were yesterday. Some areas a touch cooler. Most of us probably aren't really noticing that temperature difference at all. Northeasterly winds still in play at about 5 to 10 miles an hour. And through the rest of this afternoon, temperatures aren't going to get too much warmer, if at all. We may see another 1 or 2 degree rise in your heat for today. Tomorrow, we'll have more heat present. A lot of that has to do, again, with increasing sunshine early on in the morning. Partly sunny skies. There will be clouds present coming up for tomorrow, predominantly on the eastern side of Highway 17. But as we head through the afternoon, the area of low pressure that's going to be bringing us those clouds will be moving out of the east, giving us more sunshine as we head towards 1, 2, and 3 p.m. That will encourage air temperatures to rise a little bit higher than today, most likely getting into the mid to upper 80s by tomorrow afternoon. Now, beyond that, we've got our eyes on a cold frontal boundary that will be moving over eastern North Carolina coming up Thursday evening to Friday morning. It will stall over the area through Friday and then finally pull away from the coast over the upcoming weekend. But it's that Thursday evening that has our attention because ECU is going to be taking on Army at Dowdy-Ficklin, the 7:30 kickoff. We shall see if, again, that game goes as scheduled. We may end up having to deal with a weather delay around any sort of thunderstorms that could be possible near Dowdy-Ficklin as we head towards kickoff. Again, we're anticipating that front moving in around that same time. Now, of course, there can certainly be some adjustments with that forecast if the whole system itself slows down. Great news for those of you heading to the game, but do want to again make that clear is that right now we are anticipating potential weather delays before kickoff. Once we get into the game, again, our opportunities for rain, at least from our forecast at this point, will start to go down. But it's something that tailgaters want to make sure they're aware of because, again, if you end up maybe, closing up the tailgate, heading into the game right at kickoff, well, then you may end up having to head back out. It's one of those where I think those of you who may be friends with a meteorologist or maybe know somebody at ECU's atmospheric science department may be texting them and saying, all right, do I stay at the tailgate and then go in once the weather delay is out, or do you think we're going to miss a weather delay? At least that's what I would be doing. Anyways, that's all we have time for today's 2 o'clock news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. We'll be back with more news and weather right here on the First Alert Desk coming up at 3. Until then, have a wonderful Monday.